honestly, I don't have anything I can do. Anyway, it's great to be here, everybody. I'm JP Hayes, and we have got some Americans in, which is very brave of you. Very brave. I might feel a bit brave myself and pick on you a bit later. I got here early tonight, and thought I'd look around the area. We hear so much about Stratford, the regeneration, etc., etc. And I was able to name all 50 states of America by walking up and down Stratford High Street. And you probably think, have I got a Google on my iPhone or something, or an atlas? Not at all, not at all. So how did I know there was 50 states in America? I was able to recite them one after the other. It is, of course, that scourge of Stratford High Street, chicken shops. All the way from Alabama up to Wisconsin. Absolutely amazing, that. Absolutely fucking fantastic. And as we are in Stratford with the Olympic Games, I think the first gold medal you guys could probably win would be the gold medal for the most fried chicken shops in one piece of a postcode goes to Stratford. Again, I actually have to take this event away, but with the Olympics, and we keep hearing it's going to be built in 2012, now who are they actually fooling? That is not going to be ready until just after 8:15, 2016 for some of the clever people in there. Half of the events in the Olympics are field-based. Now, have you ever seen anybody in your whole life do the hop, skip and jump? Maybe you're trying to run for the bus, you think, I'm not going to get the bus, so I better do a hop, skip and jump. You're not going to do it, are you? Have you ever seen anyone with a pole vault? Not even a burglar. You know, if you were a burglar, you could obviously use the technique of the pole vault, avoid the Rottweilers at the bottom of the house. You got some burglars in? Any police in? Good. But anyway, you're not going to see it, right? Absolutely pointless events, all these field events, so I think they should be scrapped. The Boris is in the news again, I see. He's sick and tired of Thames Water, electricity and the gas people digging up our roads. Well, I'm pretty sick and tired of it as well, I'll be honest with you, because when they do the roadworks, they have the sign to tell you that they're going to dig it up. And have you seen the size of the shovel that guy on them triangular signs is supposed to be digging the roads up with? Have you all seen these signs? Obviously, no, nobody's got any eyesight, can't be bothered. But you will see the sign, there's a little guy in it, and the shovel is about the size of 2 telephone boxes, but obviously he's not working with that one. Some great television on the programme, there's some great television programmes around at the moment, you can say that slowly. And my favourite, seeing as we are all eating, looking around, is a bit like Hell's Kitchen in Stratford, where Marco is tonight. Are you around, Marco? Obviously he's in the back berating Anthea Turner for being a posh, pompous bitch. But the whole idea of this come dine with me is you get 4 or 5 people trying to outdo each other, you know, they're trying to out-bitch each other, you know, you see them in the cab on the way home, in the black cab they get, Charlie Slater from EastEnders that they've stolen, and they're all bitching about each other, you know. Charlotte's lamb shanks were overcooked by 5 seconds, I'm only going to give a 5 out of 10, you're a horrible woman. But if you think that's a bad programme, what about Deal or No Deal? Well, we've got someone who actually likes that programme. You like it? Have you been on it? Not yet, she says, not yet. But the whole idea of that programme is you've got to spend about 3 months in a hotel with people that you can't really stand. But you can't say that because you have to pretend to like them, don't you? You know, when you actually get to the throne and you're getting interviewed for how much money you're going to win. So JP, I'm looking to win 20 grand. Everyone in that box on the east and the west wing won't have a bad word to say about you, will they? They absolutely love you. JP, you're like the son we've never had. We don't want you to go. We want you to win £250,000. If you've seen these people in the street, they probably wouldn't piss on you. They'd probably cross the road to avoid you, but because they've been in the house, they love you. Well, if that house is such a great thing, turns people into nice people, why don't we put Charles Bronson in there? You all familiar with that lunatic with a bald head? Anybody know who Charles Bronson is? Obviously all the parole and social workers are in tonight, they know who he is. Well, he got banged up 30 years ago for taking his library books back 2 weeks late. And the poor guy's been in every prison there is in our system. Well, why don't we put him in the house in Bristol and see if that domesticates him? And if it does, why don't we get Endemol to run all the prisons in the UK? It'd be a lot cheaper, don't you think, everybody? I'm going to have a look at my notes here because my throat is getting very dry. On the way up here from Willesden, which is the other end of the world if you live in Stratford, a little bit posh area, we've only got 3 chicken shops. I think Alabama, Miami and Florida, we've only got 3, but we're working on the other 47, don't worry. But anyway, there's a guy outside the station there with a beard. He looks a bit dishevelled, to put it politely. Well, he told me today, in no uncertain terms, Jesus is coming back. I tell you, it threw me. I couldn't think what to say to him. I said, I heard Spandau Ballet are coming back, but I'm not too sure about Jesus. Has he got a comeback tour or DVD coming out? But he said, no, Jesus is coming back. Can you tell me when he's coming back? Because I've got a week's worth of shopping to get in Sainsbury's. You know, God forbid I'm down the drinks aisle, I come back and Jesus is doing tricks in the car park. You know, I don't want to miss him, but he couldn't tell me. Which what I'm trying to get at is fundamental lies. People lying to us left, right and centre. Obviously, when you come into the world and you're a youngster, you get told that Father Christmas does actually exist. There's a bogeyman under the stairs. There's a guy under your bed who's going to mess with you, probably your uncle. But it's a whole system of lies, isn't it? Nothing but lies, lies, lies. The devil's furniture store. You're all familiar with these guys, DFS gangsters? Going to give you a 16-piece sofa for 3 grand. Cost a lot. It's going to get you for 300 quid, and you won't have to pay a penny for 3 years. It's all fraud, isn't it? You know, they're not going to give you these things that they promise. A bit like the Laboratory Garnier with the shampoo products. Every week, every day, there's a new product. You know, one week it's going to be infused with droplets from a rare butterfly's buttocks. Absolute nonsense. You know, if the guy that invents all these shampoos is that good, why don't we get him a job in the real world? It's like somewhere at Apple, and he could make a little musical device that would slip under your foreskin when you're having a piss, and it would run on steam, obviously, no batteries required, and we would call it the Pea-Pod. Obviously that one's probably gone over most people's heads. You obviously are interested in the food, but I don't blame you. I'm going to do my final bit now about the American president, the new guy in the Oval Office that we've had. And you're probably thinking, look JP, it's the end of April, the guy was sworn in January, what can you tell us that is new about our new president? Well, he's Irish. You didn't know that, did you? Well, apparently the apostrophe has been lost in translation. His real name is Obama. And the other guy that you should know about is also Irish is a guy who lives in a cave in Afghanistan, Osama. So you put the two of them together, they're like a sort of double act, aren't they, on Ireland's Got Talent, Obama and Osama. Now the reason you know they're Irish is because they've got 2 good traits that tells that they're Irish. One is a terrorist that blows up British soldiers. Don't shoot me, I'm only the messenger. And the other guy is very warm-hearted, great with stories, great with people. That's 2 good traits that you should know that makes them Irish. I've got to finish off now, because I'm sure you're all glad to be seeing the back of me, but oh, we've got someone actually clapped there. Thank you very much for that. Well, I think I've been quite average tonight, but you guys have been very, very good, and thankfully, we've got a few more people on after me that are a lot better than I. But let's have a great round of applause for me, and a great round of applause for all of you. Thank you very, very much.